Well, hi everyone, my name's Tom. In this video I wanted to break down Sony's DualSense Controller and the 3D Pulse headset on working on the Windows 10 on the PC, and how they've improved my gaming experience and how the settings work and how they connect, because unfortunately, even though these two are loaded with features, there are some features here that we can't really use. So in this video I'm just going to break down what I think of them and how they work. So I got this headset mainly because I have a loud stereo amplifier. It's actually about 2.1. We've got a subwoofer speaker involved as well. And basically it's actually a bit too loud for where I've moved to, and I haven't been able to enjoy it as much as I normally have done. That's the same with games and the same with just watching things on, say, YouTube. So I really wanted basically a microphone and a headset built in. Because my previous headset was kind of rubbish. It's kind of cheap. If you see my older videos, I do feel sorry for people. I do apologise for the quality going on there. And even then, I'm still trying to improve the quality of the channel. But we'll get there eventually. But basically, I researched for a good little while to find a headset that's got both a microphone and a nice sort of stereo or 3D experience or surround sound experience. And I basically got narrowed down to the Sony actual MX-1000 and like MX4s or something like that. They're sort of Bluetooth, more sort of for you connecting with your phone and your laptop, your Surface, maybe a bit more professional sort of traveling, that sort of thing they're kind of aimed at. And they've got a long battery life. I've always been a fan of Sony, so I had a look at these because after looking at all the PC ones and hearing all the microphones and the reviews, I wasn't satisfied, not without personally trying them, that I felt that they would be any good for what I needed. So it seemed the best compromise was to really get a separate microphone and get a separate headset. And the two has been a great decision, and I actually anticipated to return this headset because I just didn't think it would suit my needs, and I've actually been overall very impressed with this headset. I'm just going to quickly run this video in the background. The features are mainly all on this left side here. There's a lot we can't use. It's actually mainly focused on PS5, which I haven't got. This is focusing on PC in this video, because I tried looking for videos looking for PC and I couldn't really find anything. But all in all, I will say I have been thoroughly pleased with this headset, and I can't recommend it enough to anyone that's in a similar position to me. The comfort, it was though a bit tight at first, and now I've worn these for about a week, it seems to have settled to my head. If we go back here, this is like a self-adjusting band. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail on these. If you want to see more, you're going to have to go and look at other videos and have a look at other YouTubers and break down the accessories. But I'm just going to quickly go off my experience with this headset and the controller and using them on PC and how I've been thoroughly pleased with the pair of them. Basically, this seems to have relaxed to my head shell. I've got quite a big head, I must say. And it seems to have relaxed around my ears. People complained about it squishing your ears and squishing like your actual ears in or anything. I haven't noticed any of that. It feels plenty of room inside. The noise cancelling isn't such a big deal. If someone was to talk next to me, I could easily hear them, but that's not happening in my gaming. And I will say for the 3D experience, I've been blown away with how good the surround sound features are, even without Dolby Atmos. I haven't got Dolby Atmos, and it seems that it doesn't matter. Now, though I'm sure it's an enhanced experience, I've noticed a lot of games are catered to a surround sound experience anyway, and through understanding how sound works, these have been designed to sort of work well with your ear canal and actually incorporate that 3D sound. It works tremendously well. I think it's called Tempest 3D Audio. I've been really impressed with it. But going back to what I was initially saying, the main controls are on the left here, and it's very easy to use. The main one I'm using is literally this on button here, which is right at the front, very easily accessible, and is also you can feel the difference because it's got a notch between it. We've got a volume button. And I will say, what I've been actually having, the full volume on this, and I'm a full volume listener. I can't really listen to the full volume on this, it's too loud. And so what I've done is I've actually got it 2 buttons down for my gaming and for my general listening pleasure, and that seems to be the correct one. And even for people on YouTube, I have to go to about 4 down from the maximum of the top volume on it. So that's really nice. It's plenty loud enough, and the mid-range in this is super punchy, and that's what my stereo here is aimed at. It's a good mid-range stereo, and that's the thing I wanted to sort of come across today, that I've been blown away with how good these are. Now, if you wanted a lot more bass, which I think a lot of the reviews I read did, then I agree, these aren't the bassiest headphones, but I did not get these to be bassy. I got these to be a sort of immersive experience, and they are 100% an immersive experience. It's basically, I've got a subwoofer here, I've got a stereo in front of me. We can have all the 20 hertz lows you want, shake the room to pieces, you know, piss off the neighbours, three doors down if you want to. But if you haven't experienced that, I appreciate you want as much sort of bass as you can. And my personal actual recommendation for you there, if you're looking for headphones for more bass, go for the in-ear ones. And I looked at initially some like brass Sony ones. They looked really good, and from my experience, I'd imagine they would sound amazing. But anyway, glossing over, that's a different topic altogether. It's just more of, I'm not really an audiophile, but I do like my sort of mid-range audio. At least it sounds half decent to me. This comes with a dongle. This headset comes with a dongle that you just plug into the computer, and it seems Windows recognizes it immediately. I haven't really had to do anything. There's a default microphone being used as well. I've actually got the headset on mute, so it doesn't work. But what I wanted to show here is, not what I'm pressing on, but if you go down here to the speaker icon here, I didn't realise this before. I don't know if this is a recent feature or because I've got this, but there's an arrow here. If we press this, I could choose different sources of output very quickly. I didn't know about this. And so if I just quickly want to go back to my stereo speakers, which my amp isn't turned on right now, but we could just click Sony TV, and boom, we've gone there, and it's remembered my volume setting, no problem at all. Now, one thing I will notice with this, we go back to the wireless. Oh, that's the Yeti rather. If we go back to the wireless, it says that we've got a volume slider here. That's pretty useless. That doesn't do anything on Windows. The volume is all controlled on the headset, which in my opinion is a great thing. One thing I have noticed is this as well, is the input lag seems to be minimal. I have not noticed any audio input lag, and that was my fear. I was expecting to hear, particularly if I went to the bathroom or if I went in the next door into my bedroom, I was expecting to hear audio lag between or cutting out. Now, I've tested it. If I have the dongle at the back of the computer, it does occasionally cut out, particularly if I go into my bedroom. But like I've got it now, I've got it on top of the computer next to my Wi-Fi dongle, and it's fine. I could almost walk around the entire apartment, possibly even go downstairs, and it will still play whatever podcast or video I'm listening to. So 10 out of 10 there for me. And now quickly, I just basically wanted to move on to the controller. I have another video covering this controller, and I've been thoroughly impressed with it, with only sort of one downside, and that's battery life. The battery life for the headset has definitely been when it's advertised. It's definitely been 10 to 12 hours. I can't remember what the advertisement is on the controller battery life, but all I can say is I've been getting about 5 hours out of it. And that's even at sort of mild use. You know, it's not exactly a lot of vibration going on a lot of time. That's playing Red Dead Redemption. You know, I might be pressing a lot of buttons, but I have noticed in comparison to my Nintendo Switch Pro controller, which lasts, I dread to think, possibly even 20 plus hours on that easily. I've very had that probably go flat on me probably once or twice in over a year ownership. Whereas this DualSense, unfortunately, I can only say it's gone flat on me at least about 3 or 4 times already, and I haven't even owned it more than about a month. But even though that is a thing, I do appreciate there's a lot more tech crammed into both of these devices, and you can definitely feel it. Now, I do prefer this controller overall, but I'm annoyed slightly with how it cooperates with Steam in some games. It seems that I use basically Steam's feature for gyro controls, and it does seem that the haptic feedback is so strong that in certain games it affects the gyro controls. Now, some people said to calibrate this. Trust me, I have tried calibrating it. It doesn't seem to work. I think it's more of a basically the Nintendo Pro controller has been designed with Splatoon 2 in mind, which has got vibration and the gyro, whereas I don't think the DualSense has, and even if it has, it's probably been designed in with the game. So some games, even like Red Dead, work great, but other games like Apex, for example, at least on PC, don't work at all. Maybe it's because it's just using the Xbox profile or Rumble and it's just too strong. That's kind of what it feels like. But basically, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I think I've covered everything. I recommend these 10 out of 10, both of them. I was, as I said before, I was fully anticipating to return this headset because it's quite expensive. I wasn't sure if it's going to tick the boxes I needed. I was initially looking at, say, the I think it's Arctic. I can't remember the name of the company. I was initially looking at those sort of headsets, but if I'm honest, they were too expensive, and the quality, particularly on the microphone, just didn't seem good enough. So getting the Blue Yeti microphone and getting this Pulse headset separately has been one of the best decisions for my channel I think I've made, and I'm thoroughly pleased with it. So if you've listened to me ramble this entire time, I thank you very much. Please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and give my channel a subscribe, as it helps my channel grow and you won't miss out on any future content that I create. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye!